was kissing you with my eyes open.
Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren if you're new, and if you're not new, the name's still Lauren. Today is going to be sorry, I am really all over the place. There's my dog. Anyways, today's video is gonna be me talking about this summer, how the summer's ending, and kind of mourning that fact, honestly. I know this summer has been so incredibly difficult for so many people, and although it's been hard for me in many ways, I know I am very privileged and very lucky, and I'm very grateful for that, and I know that I have suffered pretty much nothing compared to just so many more people. But I still had a lot of hard times this summer, so I thought that when it just came to think, okay, the summer's over, I'm hopefully going back to school, I thought it'd be overall more positive, more exciting. But I do find that as school approaches, I'm just getting a bit more anxious. I feel like my emotions are a bit more haywire, and I'm just prone to feeling upset and like teary. And I just want to talk about that because I feel like there's a lot of pressure to just be excited for things coming up, and kind of a lot of people just want to brush 2020 away, just get another rug, and that's just not necessarily possible for everybody to do. So if someone else out there is sort of feeling like I am, and in this weird place where even though the summer's been really weird and strange, but at the same time, at least for me, it's like I know how this has been, and that versus going back to school and I don't really know what to expect. And maybe it's a little bit of like, I've loved going to Temple, but it'll be a really different school experience that I'm used to, and it's kind of like a foreign thing again. I'm getting new roommates from last year. One of my friends though, or more of my friends, are living in my same apartment building, which is very nice, just on different floors and like floor plans and such. So, you know, I know I'm gonna know people in my building, and obviously I still have friends who live at many other places on and around campus. But it almost is like I'm like a freshman again, like going into college. I don't know what to expect. I have a roommate that I've never spoken to in real life, just virtually. So it's weird. It's definitely strange. And before I just go on a total rambly tangent, I'm gonna check my notebook because I did write down some points that I definitely wanted to hit, and I do want to try to keep this video contained for your sake and mine because I am getting pretty busy. I'm doing my part-time job with Samsung now, and I really should be starting to pack because I leave for Philly Friday, and I'm filming this on Tuesday. And I moved some of my stuff into my apartment, and because I'm living in the same place as last year, I didn't move out all my stuff, but I just have stuff I need to get done, so I don't want to spend a ton of time working on this video. But I still want to give my feelings justice and you as my audience justice, so that's what this video is. If it's really weird and strange, I apologize. I see a lot of YouTubers do this, and I always think it's kind of stupid, but I'm gonna do it anyways. If this isn't the kind of video you're into, you don't need to unsubscribe or anything, because this isn't my usual content. I don't usually vent. It happens, I don't know, every couple months. But that's not too often considering that I make videos like once or twice a week, so let's see. Oh yeah, so it's just some groundwork to cover. Right, I'm going back to Philly this Friday, and then my classes actually start on the 24th. So less than a week, and most of my Canvas classes, that's where Temple puts their classes, like our syllabi and stuff, are not up. Like all my classes are scheduled, but I don't exactly know what to expect with all of them. I do have my textbooks and everything, but it's like, what are we really, what's happening? Like I usually like to look over everything, and I like to print everything out and highlight everything and just feel more confident going into everything and the school year, but I don't have that option right now. And I'm worried that more like my two classes that are in person will be moved online, and if orchestra goes online, then I'm gonna not do it online because I don't need that in my life. I'd rather just play for fun by myself than work on it online virtually. It just feels really awkward. So it's, I don't know, classes, as I just said, the classes start in less than a week, and it doesn't feel like that at all. I know it'll feel like that more once I'm back in Philly, especially once my family leaves me in my apartment. but it's just like, how did this happen? Where did the time go? And it's, I think my dog might be outside. Okay, he likes, every time he goes into little bed, or every other time, he gets a piece of kibble.
There you go.
All right, well, hopefully he'll be a quiet boy and take a nap. Otherwise, I'll be kicking him out. Oh my God, he wants to leave. He's learned about the kibble trick, so I think he came in just to get kibble, and now he wants out. Except now he's back. He's sniffing around. He's back at the door. I'm just gonna let him out and hope he doesn't bother me, because this video is suddenly turning into an event, and I want to just be, you know, a moment in time. I personally think that the hardest thing for me is going to be saying goodbye to everybody. Obviously, I've been seeing some of my friends distantly around town, those like from high school and stuff, but especially like my family, because my older sister was visiting from Wisconsin for a few weeks, but she went back to Wisconsin because she's a teacher and they're doing a hybrid thing. But I've been in this house with my twin and my parents since the middle of March. And it's now basically the middle of August, approaching, you know, the end of August, and that's a long time. So I guess it's, once again, like kind of back to that high school thing where you see the same people all the time, especially now because none of us are going anywhere, really. So like we mostly have all of our lunches together, we have all our dinners together. Like I'm just used to popping around, being able to tell like something to my relatives, or like we say hi, blah blah. And it's really nice. We watch TV shows. My parents always watch shows. Sometimes Nicole and I and Rachel were allowed, and we watch, like my dad, my parents and Nicole and I are watching Carrier, and we watch Morse episodes, and it's nice, and I'm gonna miss them and everything, because I mean, I'm lucky that I wasn't, you know, by myself. So I have like this great family that we get along with each other, even if I don't want to play as many games as my sister and my dad do. But you know, my mom and I, we could go to the reservoir, or once the zoos start opening. So we've tried to really make the most of being quarantined and everything. And I'm just really, it's gonna be very sad to be kind of back on my own. I know it'll be sort of nice to have my independence, but it's not like usual where I can go to somewhere in Philly by the subway or trolley, or even the bus. I've taken the bus. You know, like I try to do things, like I go to film festivals and fashion week, and I go to museums, and I explore Philly with my friends, and that's just all gonna be pretty different now because I don't want to be taking any public transportation, and I don't know how I'm gonna trust like other people's cars. So it's gonna be just very different, and it's like a nice safety net here at home with my family, because I know what we're all up to, so it's very easy to just like trust the situation. And then of course, as you saw, we have our dog now. We got him in the middle of April, and I give him a lot of my time and attention when I'm not working, and I'm gonna miss him a lot. I didn't have this like anxiety fear really that much with my other dog, because the only times I was really like away from him were when I went to summer camp, which wasn't really that long of a time, versus, you know, and I would go to school, so I was used to only seeing Rookie like in the morning, afternoons, and evening, and of the weekends, versus I've been home all the time, so I'm used to seeing Cal like all day long. So I'm gonna miss him, and just like scooping him up, giving a hug, giving him a table scrap, all those moments, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be sad. And I'm like looking at pictures of just like our summer adventures with the dog, without the dog, and I don't know, it just makes me emotional. So yeah, I think I'm about ready to wrap up this video before I say something, and like, I don't know, I'm feeling like the teary thing, and I don't really want to cry like excessively in this video. I'm sure I'm gonna, because I know I'm gonna have like an kind of anxiety breakdown like in the next month or so. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't want to have too many of these videos on my channel, just because I appreciate like feeling, at least like you guys are listening to me, and I like feeling like I have an outlet, but I know that that's not necessarily what other people want, and I don't want to be like burdening my audience with, you know, you guys, with my feelings all the time. But I guess the last thing I will say is, even though I've been like working this summer, you know, from home, it does feel like I'm, you know, as I've said so many times in this video, I feel like already I'm leaving this bubble. I'm going back to the real world, back to issues where I don't have my parents to help me out with things. I'm gonna be figuring out my own food situation, even though I will have some meal plan and some like cooking, eating out, grocery shopping, all that good stuff. So I just have to like brace myself for this new normal world that I've only experienced really with my family thus far, and I have to kind of do it on my own, and I have to deal with college students probably not listening to the rules and doing stupid things and probably going to parties, and you know, I'm just gonna be annoyed at a lot of people, I think, and I'm really gonna have to not hate my friends for partying if they do, or decide if they're really worth being my friends or not. So just thinking about all this stuff is gonna get me more stressed and paranoid. So I'm just gonna end this video here. If you got this far, thanks for listening to me vent and talk about this weird summer and how I'm sad that it's ending, even though it's been a very strange summer and I haven't gotten to do as many things as I initially thought I was gonna do. Stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.